Working with DirectX killed your interest in new games. That is funny. I could see why, though. I could really see why.
It was so interesting because at first I thought I was.
Honestly, I had these illusions that I was going to make a video game when I was younger. And then I started working with people, you know, consulting for games, and I got to through my friends and I don't want to call them co-workers, but through my acquaintances, I got to know what game development was actually like. And once I got to know what it was like, I never wanted to participate in it. Like, I want nothing to do with game development. Having learned that. Yeah, E3 is cringy and time-consuming. I'm having fun right now, but that's me playing a video game. You're sitting here watching me play a video game and watch these people yap about things that aren't very important. So. Yep. Trying to get my archery skill up while I'm doing this. Yes, what's the potential of Daggerfall Unity aside from graphics and bug fixes? What are you talking about? There's already a mod that adds an archaeologist skill to the game. There's already a tool that lets you add locations to the game. Like, someone created a Shrine of Dibella outside of Castle Daggerfall just because they could. And when I say Castle Daggerfall, I mean in the wilderness, like outside of Daggerfall, the city. You know, they picked a location, they injected it. So you're asking, what is the potential in Daggerfall Unity? What are you talking about? It's source available, which means anyone can get the source code and make whatever they want in it. It is whatever the potential is, whatever the programmers want to program into the game. Damn, there's a ghost. I'll punch the ghost. Not a wraith, it's just a regular ghost. It should be easy to kill.
And I'm just gonna hop right into it because I'm still hyped from all that. A lot of good things happen. I'm curious about what you guys think. So here are the options, right?
We killed it.
Take this attention, right? The chat's moving pretty quickly right now. Pay attention, okay? We have, what are you more excited for from Microsoft? Cyberpunk 2077, Forza Horizon 4.
Pizza rolls, yes. We're most excited for this guy who scarfs down pizza rolls while other people aren't looking. There was a plate of pizza rolls on the main table where the people were talking. The pizza rolls disappeared from the table. Okay? Take a moment and think about that. The pizza rolls disappeared from the table, and then he was eating them. This is the man we're talking to right now.
They actually showed in-game footage. They showed actual stuff happening. And while I have a moment, to give a little aside, I would imagine that the Venn diagram for people mad about Gears of War 5 having a lady lead, and anyone upset with Battlefield 5 having lady lead, would probably make James Maynard Keenan blush because it's perfect circle and everyone's tool. So relax. It's no big deal.
You hear that? This is okay. So if you're angry about the lady lead of Gears of War, you are a tool, according to this. You know, if you're angry that for some reason she's having visions, she's disregarding orders. She's not playing as she's a military character, but she's gone completely Mary Sue off on her own. And you're a tool because you don't like the plot. No, it's because she's a woman.
Appreciate it. Thanks. Back to you guys.
Thank you very much, Adrian. See, Anna? Yeah. I mean,
stop being so reductive.
Basically, we're just representing them.
I mean, I'm reductive plenty of times just for the lulz, but I think there's a difference between for the lulz and disregarding people's actual arguments.
I'm so excited for that.
Like, it seems to be just bad writing. You're upset because it became another Gears game?
I already Instagram story. I'll say it here live on air. That's what I want.
She's having visions. No, I'm all right with it being a lady lead. I just need that lady to act as a regular person would, and not a magical snowflake would. Like, if her commanding officer says something, okay, she works within the rules to get shit done, you know? She convinces her commanding officer that she was right all along, so on and so forth. Like, but she goes off the reservation and it becomes garbage.
Well, it's not exciting.
Yes.
I was getting there, okay? I like to have myself up.
Hey,
Anyway,
almost every game or movie where you see a soldier suddenly decide to go off and do their own thing, it's those are garbage stories, because that's not how military organizations work. And there should be huge consequences for doing that.
I just had to give them a shout out, you know.
Yes, of course.
There's a lot to say. Tomb Raider we have coming up really soon, so I won't say much about that because we can talk about that.
I think best line of the conference.
All right.
Quack, quack.
If you're having visions,
Yeah, I'm excited for Crackdown.
quote unquote visions,
Seems like it's great. And the other interesting thing
I find like that stresses my suspension of disbelief in a world that is centered around technology.
usual, we have a lot of first-party consoles. Sony's in the same boat. Microsoft's had them as well. But to kind of give them a stage in the same way, I thought was really cool. Those included the Initiative, Compulsion Games, Undead Labs, Playground Games, and then also Ninja Theory. Recently Hellblade. And I thought that was super.
Yeah, emotional thinking, pretty much.
And like pulling them out as the artists was really, really cool, and the response from the
Ooh.
crowd was really neat too.
Yeah.
Just
A
the
holy
reception.
tome
Yeah.
with unknown powers. There we go.
From Microsoft too, saying like, we own these.
Wrong.
Get in here because this.
You're wrong, and you can go fuck off.
Speaking of Gold Moose,
A minute timeout for you.
They talked about the fast start.
Seriously.
Thing they're going to be incorporating in the games.
You are wrong, and you can go fuck off. That not everyone is the same.
Startup. I'm suspicious. Don't be checking on my computer, Microsoft.
Okay.
I also.
Let's see what else we got here.
Play anything over the cloud, you guys.
Uh,
I think I'm gonna speak for gamers, but like I don't need to play console games on my phone.
I know one person who did it. Kelly Lake, where she wanted to play.
Okay. Let's see here.
That's not typical.
Having prophetic vision. Now, look, there are a good chunk of human beings who are emotional thinkers, and they aren't like they could be men, they could be women, but I like to call them idiots. That's really what it comes down to. And if you take your experiences, you make a rash, you will make a huge assumption that all of those people, he didn't say everyone, but you generalized it. So honestly, you can, generalizations are necessary, honestly. But at the same time, there are, how do I put this? There are things that are just outright offensive, and I don't mean like the ridiculous offensive. I mean, they're from, what do you call them? Faithless infidels. 90% of the Earth's population are emotional thinkers, of course. And I have to pander to them, to a certain degree. Which means when you start talking about, say, a group of a certain minority that was excluded from the guilds of Europe, and so they had to create a banking system because they were excluded from the guilds of Europe, and they needed to find a way to work within the system and make money and live. And as a result, they are on the top of the financial system now, and everyone screams and hollers about them. I'm going to go ahead and squelch that kind of dissent because I think it isn't necessary here. Despite me knowing the facts behind their, you know, that particular minority's rise to power. See what I'm saying is I'm not allowing it here. So you, if you feel the need to talk down about, you know, to judge minorities or things of that nature, you can go do it somewhere else. And again, like, your you see, I'm not here for your intellectual conversation, which is why you get 3 more minutes timeout next time you get banned. So just keep that in mind. Your Freezy Peach is limited here, you'll find. Yes. Good. Having emotions means you're dumb. No. Having emotions overriding logic is the point at which you're dumb. Such as somebody who's quote-unquote having visions, and instead of discussing those visions with someone who is an authority figure, they go and they, instead of, you know, going to their authority figure and saying, okay, I'm having these visions, what can I do? They go and immediately they go off the reservation, they go AWOL on a military assignment, things like that. That's an idiot. See what I'm saying? And having those emotional, those what they call them, human moments, you want those to be a twist within the plot. You don't want the plot point a gun at a friend too. Yes, exactly.
I saw it. The end.
She came off not as a strong, independent woman, but as an emotionally driven, crazy person.
I still have so many questions.
So. What I'm saying, no. I'm not saying it's not a realistic story. What I'm saying is that it breaks the suspension of disbelief of a military story.
We can't let Trinity get hold of this.
Yes.
Tragedy you have unleashed. The cleansing has begun. It falls to me now.
Frail coming of age princess exemption.
What have I done?
Let's see here. The main character also went AWOL, but he paid a dire price for it. Yes, exactly. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Fallout 76, I look forward to seeing more about it. Good. Being ex-military yourself, I am 100% right. I know I'm 100% right because I have military in my family. Extended family, but family nonetheless. So. I have 2 things in my extended family. I have lawyers and I have military. So I have insights through them.
To trust me.
We have to trust each other.
Use emotions to do math. Yes. No, I don't know anyone in the judge advocate.
Wants to alter the course of human
Let's see. Hold on a second. Oopsie.
What would you do?
Games that do the same but with a strong male character. tell me what game. I mean, for example, in Shogo, you get the choice to go AWOL or not, like halfway through the plot. And you are rightly condemned if you go AWOL. But, like, things go bad the other way, and they managed to make it work. They managed to make it work either way. So, it really depends. Again, you know, I use Shogo as an example because you're playing a male character. You know, you were asking, what about games that do the same but have a male character? You need to give me specific examples, and I'll tell you if they're shit or not for their choices. But you have to understand that other than what I'm being exposed with right now, you know, here in this E3 presentation, I haven't seen a whole lot of that. I actually tend to avoid modern military concepts. Gears of War is obviously more than modern. It's, you know, futuristic. But the general concepts that govern military behaviors haven't changed from modern times. So, you know, you need to give me specific examples when you ask me a question like that. Otherwise, you're just blowing smoke. Alright, let's kill this rat.
Does that translate into gameplay?
Now.
Or, and maybe this is one of those things you can't answer, but...
If you don't know an answer to that, if you don't have a specific... if you don't have a... Like, you ask me, what about games that do this? If you don't have me a specific example that you can point at and say, this game did that, then I can't tell you how I feel about it because I don't know the circumstances by which they did it.
Doesn't do the choice itself.
See?
But we're representing in gameplay the two types of Lara that you can find. And she has to make a choice which one she will be in. And that is what we're talking about, this defining moment.
Again, before they ruined Samus with Other M, she was one of my favorite characters in video games. So, Mass Effect. I vaguely remember Mass Effect other than remembering Mass Effect 1 was really good, Mass Effect 2 was kind of shitty, and Mass Effect 3 was garbage.
When you talk about that upset,
I remember getting revived by the Elusive Man and thinking that it was like Mass Effect 3 was Mass Effect 2 was just like, why did you kill off the main character at the beginning so that they could recreate their character creation? Why did you do that? Any games from the Microsoft conference I'm excited about? Damn right, I want to play that Kingdom Hearts 3. Yes. Yeah, back before they ruined Samus and Other M, she was just really good as a character. Yeah. Emotions always win. With the power of, what is it called? Hold on a second. When Marcus said, screw orders, he got prison. Almost got executed. Now this girl, people say she's so brave. Interesting. Interesting.
I've seen where she is.
You love the Tomb Raider reboot series? Okay. I'm emotional. And I know why she's over-emotional. It makes sense within the plot. But I preferred the old plot where she was established as, again, a strong female protagonist. Let's see.
For us, when you look at even the way she dressed, the way, you know, the blue tank top.
Yeah.
We really approaching to what it means to be a Tomb Raider. When we're talking about, you know, because we talking about that she was introduced to Tomb Raiding in 2000.
You miss emotions. If you ignore emotions, you miss a lot. What are you talking about? Emotions inform your decisions. All right, so logic and reason can hold no higher office than to be in service of your passions. All right. However, self-interest and living need to be part of those passions as well. Like, she wouldn't have reached the point she was at unless she was a green rookie. Now, if she was a green rookie and she went off the reservation, well, that's different. But why does she have power armor at that point? Why is she out with those other people at that point? You know, if they go out of their way, if they go out of their way and say, okay, she is she is just a rookie and she doesn't know any better. She's naive. You know, she doesn't have that real military discipline. If you told me that, if the plot like hit it home hard, then I could believe that. But the way they expressed it to me, she's none of the above. So let's see here. Done with that. Good. Looking here. Any news on Elder Scrolls 6? Oh yeah, I got this right here. I got this right here for you. I hope this will explain everything for you. This should explain it, right? I hope you can take that and understand it. There you go. So that's our Elder Scrolls 6 news. Now we're gonna reduce this down into the corner here and put it into this little section over here where everyone can still see it. All right? Good.
Hub space in particular is the biggest that we've ever delivered in a Tomb Raider game.
Yes.
And because we know that that's something that we want to take them on a longer ride and letting them have, you know, the supports where you're... really on that journey with Lara. The cost is really a damn
Let's see. Yes.
Like you said, we're going to be doing new things with Lara. We start with skills that
Looking around.
it's not like you start from scratch.
Looking around.
But we are showing Lara at the most capable
Alright. Isn't there a chance for improbable things to happen? Of course there's a chance for improbable things to happen, but you need to express it in a way that doesn't break suspension of disbelief. Otherwise, if you just do things willy-nilly without logic and reason, you know, that informs the choices, then we end up in a situation where nobody can relate to this. Nobody can relate to this particular set of plots, you know, circumstances. And we look at this and say, this would never happen. Period. If you're going to have exceptional things happen, number one, you need... what the status quo is, get around the filter. That conversation isn't supposed to happen. There's a reason. Like, I do greatly appreciate your contributions to the channel, but that whole conversation, the references to it, if you want to try to go and say, oh, well, I'm just going to use this word, like, you don't understand. The whole conversation's not supposed to take place. There's a reason why I banned those specific words. Good.
Because we'll be right back. Back with more from E3.
Pretty much. Let's see here. Yep. Again, I mentioned this earlier, but logic and reason can never. It's a well-known quote, but my point here, damn zombies hailing. Look at them doing. Yeah, they're all saluting. Oh, right. Oh my, yes. Oh my, yes. Absolutely. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, we're done with that conversation. What else we got? Hold on, hold on. We're done with this. We're done with this. Bam. Good, good, good. Yep. All right. See, once I saw the conversation was circling back around to where it started, I realized that this, was just nope. Okay, there we go. If you would like, if you would like in Tamriel, what race would you be? If you would like in Tamriel. What do you mean, would like in Tamriel? What the hell does that mean? Makes no sense. I would be an Imperial in the Third Era, and I would live in the Imperial City and not adventure, not go outside the city walls. I would maybe work as a gardener or something, or possibly as someone in the in the library, you know, the Elder Library or something like that. Like, I would do absolutely nothing life-risking. And again, it would be in the Third Era during a time of peace. I would not go out and fight goblins and shit. I wouldn't join the Fighters Guild or any of that other stuff. And when they asked me, would you join the Mages Guild? And I'd be like, yeah, I'll join the Mages Guild. And they'll be like, okay, we need you to go to kill some necromancers. I'm like, fuck no. I will do all the studies. I will be a regular student. I will do all the normal stuff in the Arcane University, but I refuse to go do, you know, like, you have to understand something. When you ask, would I live in Tamriel? Okay, you're asking me not as a player of video games where I can just reload my save. You're asking as a person who would die if he was killed. We're talking full Shiro Emiya here. People die if they are killed. Here we go. All right, pulling it up right now. So just keep in mind that this simple thing. It's easy to understand, okay? People die if they are killed. All right. Understanding that means you want to not put yourself in harm's way.
What you see there happens for real.
Yes.
And everything interactive. You can play with it, follow it, imagination is a limit.
Throw airplanes and helicopters into
So it's dynamic. It's not like you're just following the story that involves the tornado. You can just go there whenever you want.
No, let me say this.
All right.
So, it's a sandbox where it leaves you, you have the master of the sandbox, you can do whatever you want with it. And the tornado is just one of
Listen to him talking about emotions.
extreme weather is actually one of the new features that we're presenting. No, because of force of nature.
Exactly.
What's best of nature to be a real challenge for it. So the tornado is one. We also have lightning storms, we have sandstorms, blizzards. And each one of these events, we thought about it, we designed it as to leave player a way to actually use them to their advantage to play within the world.
Interesting. So while all this sandbox and all these dynamic events that are going on in the game, you're allowed to really just kind of explore it or use it to your advantage while the story's going on.
Exactly, and it's they're kind of restricted within certain areas of the game. So when you're in the rainforest, that's where you might see tropical storms more so.
Good,
when you're in the
good.
grasslands, you'll run into a tornado, and in the desert, we'll have things like sandstorms, and up in the alpine, snowstorms. So it's a bunch of different weather systems that all kind of interact with the player and the enemies and the other, basically everything in the game, because they are fully realized features. They are physics and interaction kind of play things.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I know you guys, you do have a story, and I'm sure it's great, but one of the things that players love to do, we love to blow stuff up in the game, we love to put things together, and this explosion, that explosion, chain reaction.
What races would I like to see in the Elder Scrolls 6 that are not in Skyrim? What is it? Honestly, I don't think the addition of a new race is necessary. If anything, I want there to be more focus on the existing races. I want them to do more justice to the various races than Skyrim did. Because Skyrim is a very poor Elder Scrolls game. It's a great modding sandbox. I have, 50 episodes up on YouTube? Something like that? I don't know. Either way. I want them to work on the existing races more. I don't need new races with a paper-thin veneer of quality put on them. I don't need that. The existing races are good enough. Yes. In Skyrim, races are just skins your character can do everything equally. Whereas in other games, the races actually have important things to them. Now, you see the way I have 4 health? I have 4 health because I haven't fed on anyone recently enough, and that's a bad thing. That is a bad thing. I have 4 health. You can see it right here. 4 health.
Without giving too much away.
I need to go feed on someone. I'm a werewolf. And werewolves need to eat.
that they behave, you know, in Just Cause 3, they're behaving in pretty much a static environment where it's relatively calm air and whatnot. Whereas if you were in near the tornado, you would actually behave differently. The parachute would begin to interact and be pulled by the, I don't know what you call it, the vortex force of the tornado, yeah.
Actually, another thing, so these events are real, right? They work through physics, and one of the element that makes you experience them, for example,
the element.
Yes. So to answer your question, when we do things, we do. You know,
to answer your question.
So having wind in a physics sense.
Can I see the times, please? Outer winds. Let's see. H1Z1 should be on right. No. Forza Horizon. Okay, what happens after Forza? Totino's Pizza Rolls, everybody.
Yeah, we saw.
Yeah, this is the highest level of corporate advertising.
And do they continue to?
E3 is powered by Totino's Pizza Rolls.
That's awesome.
But another thing.
Yes, powered by it.
But we have also stepped up the graphene.
Okay.
Set of attachments that yet another time
let's see. What else we got? I may have missed that. If I did, don't want that conversation. What did we miss? What did we miss?
Is there anything from Just Cause 3 that you guys have added?
Let's see. Anything else?
Beyond the dynamic weather?
No. No. There we go. I found him. I found him. He's out. Both of you, please die. Let's see what else we got. What else? Yes, we got them both. The one who suggested it and the one who got angry that someone suggested it. I don't want the conversation existing. So there we go. I don't want the conversation existing, thank you. You can take it somewhere else. H1Z1 you said? There we go. Don't worry about it. I just made it go away.
Another thing the player were lamenting was combat. They were not so enticed by the combat in Just Cause 3.
No combat?
So that has been an area where we have tapped a lot. Combat's completely changed. New enemy, new AI, new weapons.
All right.
The weapons themselves are now interacting with the same box. Each one has a primary fire.
Let me actually mess around with something really quick. I want to check something. So if I were to go with this, it's time to. Yeah. I think it was this one here. It's the full, and then it should be full.
I think it's worth saying as well.
Yeah.
When we were looking at what players.
20 seconds. Okay. I found it. So the question is, will it work this time? I'm curious about this. Let's see what happens if I hit this. Okay.
Making giant Jenga stacks.
It's time to stop!
Shipping containers.
It's time to stop, okay?
And so when
no more! Where the fuck are your parents? Who are your parents? I'm gonna call the Child Protective Services. It's time to stop!
Good.
Oh, absolutely.
Good. Yeah, exactly. The boring shit is boring. I agree. Goes up there. We still haven't found our target. I have no health. One little hit and I die instantly.
A lot of these fan games from Just Cause 3 was a lot of the destructible environments, some of the massive things that you could destroy. Have you put some huge things in here for us to send to the stratosphere?
Bam.
We had about 40, and now we have almost double.
3 was less. This was like
good.
About 20. Now we got 40, 45 different kills objects. So the piece of the
let's see. Anything else? Did you need to fix that and make the letter U on its own one of those special words? How do you know what Fallout? Nice. How do you know what Fallout 76 or 85 or whatever the hell it's called looks like anyway? You just saw a little bit of a cinematic trailer.
It's Just Cause 4, but I heard that actually moving in for you here at E3. You guys are actually
Alright.
a 3-day stream going on.
And Deluxe!
That right now, everyone, don't go anywhere.
Thank you for subscribing. I'm certain now that I know where nothing is. Can I pull switch? I'm assuming that switch did something somewhere. Gonna assume it did. My quest target is nowhere here. Yep. Yeah, you said you were stating your thoughts, but you said it looked like, and I was trying to figure out, like, because you didn't word it like, I think that it is just that. You said it looks like, so I'm trying to figure out what characteristics it possessed to make you think that, or to make you say that it looked that way. See? That's what I was trying to figure out. Because deep down, now that you've clarified that you're just stating your thoughts, that makes sense. Said PewDiePie is a perv, we don't need him. Well, so am I. That doesn't really matter. Yes. Bam! If that zombie hits me once, I die. Which is why I'm trying desperately to avoid it. Good, good, good. So the cinematic trailer looked like something you needed to play. Yes. The cinematic trailer. My wallpaper isn't impressive. You're like, show us your wallpaper. Let's see here. Current wallpaper. If I were to show you it, I'd have to minimize a lot of stuff here. Alright, so the current wallpaper would be... it would be Gilgamesh. And you can see it's actually 2 stages of Gilgamesh, one with his golden armor and one with just a bare chest. But if you really wanted me to open up, say, my wallpapers folder, and you wanted to see something a little bit, you know, bigger, obviously we do have images in the wallpaper folder that are different to what is currently being used. What with the Tinkerbell and the Sailor Venus and stuff. So yes, obviously. But let's switch it to Alucard. We're gonna switch it to Alucard because Alucard's cool. There you go. So yes. Okay, Alucard.
You're drinking beer?
I don't need a son.
I always get picked last for the team at school, and they never throw the ball to me.
They can't tell stories like you can they?
No way.
Good.
Start the launch.
Yes.
Too late. Emergency.
Too late, emergency. Ah. Yep. Do Bethesda have any new writers? I'm told that Bethesda does have a new writer. I'm not told who it is, but that the old lead writer became creative lead in order to work with said new writer. Whether this is true or not, I don't know. I trust the person who told it to me, but you know, this is like 3rd level hearsay, so.
You're probably gonna change the
yes.
I hope so.
That's pretty much it, like 3rd level hearsay. Keep that in mind.
The Awesome Adventures of Captain Spirit.
Yes.
Free from June 26th.
Okay. Let's see here. Carbon Forger reminds me of all the people who go and find out what someone's job is, and then they go and they call up the employer and say this person's a Nazi and whatnot, and then that person gets fired, or they get their livelihood threatened because if we get any more complaints like that, we're gonna let you go, so on and so forth. Like that carbon forger there reminds me of all those internet shenanigans that go on, where people call up people's employers and threaten them, and say things to try to get people fired. That's what it honestly reminds me of, and that's my answer, Carbon Forger. That I just gave you my answer, the only answer you're gonna get. So let's see here. But yes, no, I do. I don't really care about Nova's character so much, but yeah. You're asking about what suit? Okay, so Nova has a suit in StarCraft. It's pretty good. Just saying, it's pretty good. Now let's continue playing the game here. Shoe size 13. Yes. Bam.
So there's a lot of Easter eggs, but it's a full linear story. It still has the same beginning and the same ending, but a lot of different nuances that you can find throughout the game to learn more about it.
Pretty sure it's 13. Watch, it's 12 and I'm wrong. Dead! I was killed by a rat. This is how you die. You die to rat. Good. So... Yes. Let me pull up a Fallout 4 screenshot for you guys. I actually put it in my Fallout 4 Discord really quick. Let me pull it up here, so you all can understand the Fallout screenshots as they are meant to be seen. Let's see, here it is. Alright, so the Fallout 4 screenshots are as follows. First of all, we have this one, and secondly, we have this one. So, the first Fallout 4 screenshot I have to show